All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 14. That is right, week number 14 of your 9407 class, which is your Intellectual Freedom and its Discontents class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. Jace K. Austin, and what we're going to do, this one is going to be a very short one, and from here I'll catch you in the discussion boards and things like that. But yeah, I'll admit, I'm a little just emotionally exhausted today. So this is going to be a very quick one. I think, given what I've seen in some emails and then just some behaviors in my classes, I think that a lot of you are very exhausted too. And there's a lot going on in the world, so that's completely understandable. And yeah, so let's have a short check-in video. First with the state of the course update, and then what I'm going to do is share the small results of the survey this time around, which we only had 6 respondents to the survey, but again, that's completely my fault. Again, election night and then having to take so long to get the survey up, so I understand that. So as far as state of the course update, I do first want to say, because this will be the next to the last check-in video. I have the closeout check-in video the week after Thanksgiving. And so I do want to say, first of all, that one thing that I want to make clear is that there was a lot more, and I apologize for this. I don't know how good your experience with this class was this semester, because I do think that, I don't know, I think that there was a lot of emotion coming from me that you all weren't prepared for. And so the first thing I want to do is apologize for that. I think that this time around, usually when I teach this class, I'm always fired up about this class because this class does require a fired up instructor. You can't be somebody who's just, on a docile tip. And if you're docile, you're not going to be able to really bring it in an intellectual freedom course. This has to be something where you're getting edgy and jumpy and excited and all that. But especially given that I had to modify 2 of the check-in videos this time around, and I've never had to do that before. Clearly I probably went a little too far, and maybe this was a lot of just what I'm seeing in the world and what I'm seeing in the profession, and all of it just kind of come into a pass and that sort of thing, and you all just kind of being an outlet, and you all didn't sign up for that, so I apologize for that. The main thing that I do want for all of you is I do want to be I care about you all. I care about all of my students. I always have. And I think in the past, I was able to, in previous iterations of this course, I was able to, just be kind of edgy and keep it interesting and keep it, gritty to the point where people felt like they could speak. But I don't think I got, quite so personal with the class in previous semesters. And I feel that this time around I did, and it probably made some things like really, really, I don't know, just awkward and that sort of thing for you all. So I apologize for that. I hope, and I don't know that this is going to be the case, but I hope that you all realize, and I'll see on the teaching evaluations if this is not the case, but I really do hope that what I've done, well, let me say this. What I hope is that I've still prepared you all, or helped prepare you all for working in this profession, because that is my goal, is to help you all, help prepare you all to work in this field. And I was, believe it or not, throughout the semester, I was always doing what I felt was the right thing to do to prepare you all for this field, to treat people the best as you can within this field, to realize that there are a lot of people in this field who have a lot of things going on with them, and to make you cautious so that you don't fall into some of the same traps that I did as a younger professional in this field, because the library field does have some things going on that you don't really quite see in a lot of other fields. And, I've long recognized that. And so with my mission here as a teacher, I'm not just teaching you facts, I don't feel, about what you're going to encounter in libraries. I feel I'm also teaching you life lessons of how to be successful. You hear a lot about librarians, having burnout and compassion fatigue and various things like that. And, I just wanted to kind of warn you all of that and make sure you didn't go through, some of the things that some of these younger professionals that didn't have people to warn them and guide them that I see them go through. I just feel like, what I was trying to do was just kind of stop, just kind of warn you so that you be prepared. And then you would, when you came into the field, you would know that there's a lot of groupthink and, you can navigate your way around that. We talk about intellectual freedom, but we don't practice it in this field. And I wanted y'all to be aware of that and just know that, your intellectual freedom, they say you have it, but there are, little, I guess, asterisks related to if you really have it or not. And then another thing that I wanted to just kind of wanted to do is just, reiterate and drive home to you all that it, there are things that, yes, when you're trying to build a name for yourself and trying to establish a reputation, there are going to be times when you have to take on more work than you really want to take to kind of pay your dues. I've been there. I've done a lot of work in this field, but at the same time, yes, you have to do that work, but I still want you all to learn from an early point in your librarian career. Learn how to say no, learn work-life balance, learn that this profession will never love you as much as you love it, okay? And so don't make yourself a vocational sacrifice or a vocational martyr for your profession. It's not worth it, okay? So that's what I wanted for all you guys, and I just wanted to kind of get that out there. I really wish I'd have done better by you all this semester than I did. I see this particular semester as a failure on my part, and I apologize for that. You all did not pay for a failure. But I was able to do the previous intellectual freedom courses better than I did this semester, and I apologize to you all for not giving you the same experience that I gave previous semesters. Moving on from that, another thing that I want to say is some of you, I gave extensions on the advocacy letter. You all were not really in a place to do it or get it done on time, a lot of you, and that's okay. If you haven't turned it in, if you can turn it in by the end of this week, I'd appreciate it. But I had some requests for extensions, and if you needed that extension, trust me, I understand. After the advocacy letter, all that you have left is a few more modules. As you can see, the next module is not due until December 1st. That's because next week you are off school. So you don't have to finish your module 14 work until after you get back from Thanksgiving break. And then we'll have a lighter week 15 module with intellectual freedom and comedy, and then your final paper will be due on December 9th. And if you participated in the debate, then you don't have a final paper. So those are the things that are going on there. And outside of that, okay, so then we'll talk about the results with the intellectual freedom debate. As I said, I'm not going to share comments, even though there were no negative comments. Again, we only had 6 respondents. That was my fault. Of course, by the next week, you all probably just didn't remember, especially with it being election night. And again, thankfully, that's a mistake that I will only make once, because from now on, there will never be another election night debate. I just kind of messed that up. And I apologize, especially to the debaters. They deserved more than that. But I'm not going to share the comment feedback, even though the comment feedback was not negative. But I am going to share, first of all, as far as who do you think won the debate, there was no definitive answer. I think everybody actually probably skipped that question. And that's okay. Maybe the question wasn't even accessible. I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't matter, because we can still look at the other data here. So we've got 6 on Alexandra's side. We had 6 respondents. 4 respondents gave her team a perfect. One gave it a 6 and one gave it a 5, which is not out of the it's not out of the ordinary of what we've seen in previous semesters. Previous semesters were the numbers were larger, of course, but that ratio is about the same for people on that side. And then when you go to this other side here again, with Jacob's side, it's pretty similar. Again, you had 2 people that thought that they had done perfect, 1 person who thought they had a 9, 2 people who thought they had an 8, 1 person who thought they had a 7. So first of all, the lowest score was a 5. Applaud yourselves for that, because you know that is not typically the lowest score. So applaud yourselves for that. Applaud yourselves for all the 10s that you got. One group had majority 10s. Alexandra's group had majority 10s. Even though the other group, Jacob's group, did not have majority 10s, they did have. They never. The floor was much higher. They never dipped down to 5. The lowest grade that they got was a 7 out of 10. So, and even a 6 out of 10 is better than the average. So, a 7 out of 10 being the lowest. You did good. You all did very good, and I'm very proud of you. And it's an honor for me to be able to see. I do see some growth in you all, believe it or not. Even especially for those of you who participated in the debate, I did see some things that impressed me during the debate that I did not think would be the case when I first started looking at discussion boards in August and September. So I'm very impressed with what you all have done and who you all are, and y'all are going to be amazing. This is Dr. Jace, and never let a learning opportunity go to waste. Even though I feel, again, that this class wasn't as good as previous classes, and I don't know, maybe I was just off my game, maybe it was just everything else that's going on in the world, but I did fail you all, and that's something that I regret deeply. But it's something that hopefully, again, I'm hoping that even in the midst of not doing my best in this class as I have in the past, I still hope that you all found it worthwhile and not a waste of your time. And I just hope that still, even though I didn't have my best performance with this class this semester, I still enjoyed you all. And I hope you all enjoy, working with me too. And you all are going to do fantastic. And I'll see you in 2 weeks with your final check-in video. I'm very proud of you.